Okay, we're back. We're back, baby. All right, we're back. Let's go. It is now 2:30. We are going to be entering. Oh shit! I should probably go off to take a break. Screen up, but okay. We'll be entering week 3 of the CPL 8 4-pool lifeguards versus the United EU Directorate. We have our first match is going to be Ashen versus SLoth in a Protoss versus Zerg match. And I got a box of Triscuits to snack on, so we're very professional here at the off-season CPL cast. All right, we're gonna hop into it. In week 3, the first map was going to be on Eclipse. I'm gonna go ahead and go here. And there we are. Okay. But yeah. Okay, in the top right on the metal side of Eclipse, we have Ashen playing as the pink Protoss. And in the bottom left side of Eclipse, we have HB SLoth playing as the teal Zerg. And did I say this was a PVT? I actually lied. No, I said it was a PVZ. What am I talking about? Jesus Christ. Alright, probe coming out to start up on the wall. Great position there. Nook for the pylon. Generally put it either in that nook or kind of put it on top of this little triangular, like this corner here. That's also a good spot for it. And we're going to see if Ashen is going to be going for a gateway expand or a forge expand. Now with the probe positioned up here, this is going to be looking a little bit like a gateway expand, because you generally put the gateway on top and then the forge below. And it is in fact going to be a gateway expand. I personally think gateway expand is a lot, at least to play, it's a lot more fun than forge, because you get a lot more room to, you get zealots out so fast, so you get a lot more room to like just play the game instead of building buildings and hoping that the Zerg doesn't kill your photon cannon. But it's a lot trickier to execute, because sometimes you do just die to Zerglings killing all your probes. It doesn't look like that shouldn't be too much of an issue. SLoth went for a hatchery first. Spawning pool is pretty delayed here for that. The zealot starting. So generally with the gateway expand is you get the pylon, you get the gateway, you get your second pylon, and your timing is generally at 21 supply. So we should see this next probe start, and then we should see like the nexus start up here. Now the zealot actually, the first zealot just marched across the map, and that's partially because when Ashen scouted, they saw that the spawning pool was so late. If this spawning pool came, if it was like 12 pool hatch, then that spawning, then that zealot would have had to stay at home to defend this, and we can see that timing slightly on 23 instead of 21, but that can generally also be because, you know, they built their extra zealot out. And so these Zerglings are going to have to adopt a defensive stance. As the Zealots come back to the main base, they're going to be able to defend. The Zerglings won't be able to get too much damage done. We'll see that, yeah, the wall's basically up now. The Nexus, the Forge has started. We should see the Assimilator coming up in just a few seconds. I think. So Simulator started, Cybercore follows, and now Ashen is going to be able to play basically a regular game. It's going to look a lot like just a regular PvZ, except Ashen is going to have like 3 extra zealots at this point in time, and they won't have wasted 300 minerals on a couple of cannons to defend against Zerglings. And that means that later, once Ashen starts pushing or needs to like defend from all these Zerglings, they have so much extra army to do it with. They have to be careful if those Zealots are going to come out and start fighting the Zerglings. There's going to be opportunities for the Zerglings to start weaving across here. He gets a photon cannon just for that extra added bit of safety. Stargate should become... That probe was having a great time. There's the Stargate. And then around, once we hit 150 gas, or 100 gas, we should be seeing the Citadel of Adun start as soon as Ashen is possible to start it. Oh, we're actually getting... Okay, +1. That's pretty good. And we should be seeing the Citadel of Adun coming down right about now. Somewhere. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe. Perfect spot right there. Not gonna place it. There it is. No, that's a pylon. We're just gonna get a Corsair. Okay. We're gonna delay the... And plus... Well, we had started +1. There's the Citadel. Meanwhile, SLoth not getting their Spire up, because you have to at least threaten the Spire. You need the Scourge to kind of just bait the Corsairs out and make sure that to ensure that Ashen doesn't have full map vision. And here's going to be a big push. It's going to be like +1 with Corsair and Zealot. And we're going to have to see a really nice SimCity and probably 1 or 2, even 2 sunken colonies thrown up here. Now that +1, it still is a pretty far way away. I think Ashen kind of recognizes that and they pull back. But the Corsair's going to get the full scout, sees that the Spire is on the way. No Hydra Den as of yet. The Corsair's probably just going to get 1 Overlord here. Yeah, that's rough. There it goes. Okay, cool. And then we have legs starting up, +1 finishing up, High Templar Archives on the way. And because this Corsair has not scouted any Hydra Den, so Ashen is like really comfortable with where this is because there's no Hydralisks. There are going to be 5 Mutalisks, which is pretty scary with, you know, only 2 Corsairs out. But we have a photon cannon over the Stargate. The first couple of High Templar that come out probably should just become Archons. And that'll kind of zone out the Mutalisks from just like running into mineral lines or something. Alright. Free-ish damage on the Zealots. The speed comes up. Corsairs are going to have to like stay running from the Scourge there. Ooh, looks like they're going to get 1. Yeah, but these Zealots are going straight to the 3rd. This is going to be really great. A lot of good pressure. You're going to have to want to get on top of the Sunken Colony first. Good drone drills trying to push the Zealots off. A lot of Zealots are focusing on the hatchery as well. The drones are going to start fighting. And yeah, the Zealots are just moving down the hatchery, and they do get it, and they should be able to clear up some of these Mutalisks here as well. By Mutalisks, I mean drones, of course, obviously. But yeah, looks like the Mutas are going to clean up that. They do get the 3rd base, but Didn't really get much actual, like, lurker damage. The Zerg Dadas are still alive. Lurkers on the way here for SLoth. Ashen does have storms, which are pretty good against lurkers, and they're getting their dragoons and robo up, but actually this is a really scary push here. They're able to like dive in and maybe get the Hydro Ascent. Big Mutaclump might see a storm. The Mutas really want to pick off these High Templar, and there's really nothing to defend them. One Scourge pops on a Corsair, and that's going to have to be a retreat here from Ashen. The High Templar, again, are just really out in the open. Not much defending them. Dragoons finally coming out. I don't think we've gotten Dragoon range. We're getting +1 air weapons right now. But there's the observatory, so we will be having the lurker counters ready. SLoth has reestablished their third base, is continuing to mine. Setting up lurkers for defense outside their natural is pretty good movement there. Ashen's basically, their goal just has to be keeping the Zerg off of 4 bases. And then eventually getting a third. If they're able to do that, they can grind out the Zerg out of the game, and SLoth will have a really hard time contending with Ashen. But if Ashen isn't aggressive and SLoth is able to come up and take one of these bases, if they are able to get these lurkers in position and prevent the like the counterplay, then on 4 gases, we're gonna be seeing a lot of Zerg stuff. Oh my god! That was an insane storm. Okay, cool. I guess Ashen just wins. Mulus wounded by the storm, was torn apart by the Corsairs, who now have free reign over the space. Massive Protoss. We still have some storms left over. Zealots fighting Zerglings, Hydras fighting Dragoon. Lurker's completely out of position. Where's the storm? This guy has like 2 storms in him. One storm goes down, almost kills their own observer. where's the other storm? Another storm goes down. That should take care of that lurker as well. But the Hydroden fell, and hatchery fell, and SLoth GG's and leaves the game. They were playing this on top versus bottom, so the GG doesn't show up in the replay, unfortunately. But that's gonna put Ashen 1 win. That's the wrong screen. 1 win. Pretty solid start. I mean, you just play really well and eventually build an army and attack. I mean, that's just was pretty, yeah, good macro, right? Because even looking at that last fight, like, Ash just kind of steamrolled over SLoth, and yeah, when you make a big army, you can do that. All right, let's move into our second game. This is going to be on Neo Sylphid, the classic map. In the top 12 o'clock position, we have Ashen playing the pink Protoss, and in the bottom left position, we have SLoth once again playing the teal Zerg. Yeah. Just really solid play from both players. I think Ashen really got away with doing the gateway expand, and that was able to kind of kickstart their army and increase the amount of pressure. Like, I think like being able to do that gateway expand directly led to them being able to cut off that third base so quickly, and then you know, their economy, like their macro, was just so much better relative to their opponent after that, in terms of what they were able to produce. So if we see Ashen go for the gateway expand here again, there's a possibility that SLoth goes for something really aggressive, and they're able to like micro their Zerglings around the Zealots and you know, get an easy win there. Because again, like the gateway expand, and it looks like that is what Ashen is about to be gearing up for, build the gateway right there. It's very weak to strong Zergling counterplay. There's the 150, and we are seeing the gateway expand. Yeah, if you're not really good with your Zealot micro, you can lose a game for basically free doing that. But SLoth, once again, looks like they're going to be going for the 12 hatch. So Ashen gets the scout. They're going to see the spawning pool started. They're going to see the gas start. And SLoth is going to get the scout on and see that it is a gateway expand here. Well, first Zealot's going to be running over. And with 8 Zerglings in production, the Zealot probably shouldn't get too much done, but they might, if they're able to pick off a drone, that would be really good. But otherwise, really great micro there. So it's 2 Zealot hits, 2 probe hits, still Zergling, and so they, wow, that was able to clear almost. Of the 8, 5 of the Zerglings, so it paid for itself and then a little bit, but then we lose the probe, so it kind of didn't pay for itself. But Ashen gets their expansion up. They have the Zealot, so they have pretty much a solid wall here, photon cannon going up, and that Zealot is going to be able to ensure that, you know, Zerglings can't get in. So really good play here by Ashen, getting their expansion up fairly quickly. Yeah, this should not be able to break. Cannon up, 3 zealots out, pumping, you know, it should be fine. This should be. Ooh, that's kind of a sneaky expansion. Pretty greedy, expanding twice on 13 drones. And what, like 9 zerglings? 10 zerglings? Oh geez. We're about to have a very tilted Zerg player. That was a lot of zealots and like not enough Zerglings for that. Oh my god. One that can bring it down with fire. SLoth game. Oh, that's rough. And Ashen takes it in a 2-0 with just a sudden, like, you know, you really. Oh. One sec. You really have to respect the zealot counts. If you get greedy and skip on like matching the zealot counts with the zerglings, sometimes they just wide zealot walk into your natural and kill you, and that's what happened. So Ashen takes that for our first match, or our first match of our second group. Let me see which one of my text things there is. That okay? Putting a point on the board for the 4-pool Lifeguards. Our next match is going to be Attentat versus Scaramanga in a TVZ. So we're really just getting all the Zerg matchups today. I'll hop right into it. First map, like before, this first one is going to be on Eclipse. We're going to see how it do. In the top right, playing as the brown Terran squad, we have TA Scaramanga. In the bottom left, playing as the white Zerg brood, we have the Nightmares of Minsk, Attentat. Some friendly discussion at the start of the game. We love to see it. We hate the Attentat not even pretending that they've been having a good time. You hate to see it, but, you know, sometimes that's how it be. Scaramanga is going 1-1. Sometimes you just don't have a good season. I like the... I'm gonna choose to believe because, we're in the off season and object permanence isn't a thing, and I don't have to. I don't have, you know, people's scores in front of me. I'm gonna choose to believe that Attentat won every match after this, and they had a wonderful CPL experience. And if you're like, hey, that isn't what happened. Here's what their record was for CPL 8. I'm gonna be like, who are you? Why are you in my house? Get out. Overlord Scouting, SEV Scouting. Hatch first. We're seeing the double expand from attentat. Looks like Scaramanga will be scouting that. Oh, he even did the refinery block there. That's funny. Gas stealing Zerg is usually not very effective because they can just take the gas on their expansion. Looks like Scaramanga is expanding. Unfortunately, they aren't getting their bunker or anything up. So that's pretty not a great thing to happen. You generally, like, they do have some time. Excuse me. You do have some time before the Zerglings get across the map, but if you don't have your bunker or anything like building here to prevent the Zerglings from just killing you, the Zerglings just kill you. SCV gets picked off. Bunker starting right now, right as we hit 100 minerals. So it's going to be the race against time on if this bunker finishes before these Zerglings get over there. Let's, you know, zoom in on them and let's leave the suspense coming. Is it going to be done? Is that bunker going to be done in time? Alright, let's zoom out. Let's see. The bunker is done. The Zerglings are not going to get in. Stim, extra barracks being added, lair starting for attentat to get up into those mutalisks. Creep colony placed just to be ready to be a sunken colony for when the bio push comes out. Yeah. Out. Mutalisks. Wait, where's Spire? Uh-oh. Gonna need a third sunken colony to defend this. Okay, Scan's going down. Yeah, he's going to be coming for this third base here. Actually, maybe not. Scaramanga might just be running right to the main. Sunken colony will be finishing up in time to defend. Maybe. Probably. Yes. Okay, he's gonna have to just back off. Fire bats. Rare unit alert. that's going to be really annoying later. Those Zerglings are going to get around, and they're going to be basically primed to try and backstab into this mineral line if Scaramanga overextends. Fourth sunken colony being added. That's probably actually pretty smart. Just to be safe from all fire. Fireback gets picked off in the middle of the map. That's good for a attentat. Oh, siege mode and starport though. That's interesting. Because if he just like picks everybody up and drops them off in the main here, there's really not much attentat can do about that. 4 mutalisks on the way. Now it looks like Scaramanga is going to try and push this third. Maybe. It's hard to tell. Alright. So the mutas are out, and they're going to be able... Ooh, this is a lot of bio. I don't think he can push into 4 sunken colonies with the potential of, like, mutas coming around and hitting them from the back. I just don't think that's possible. But he's getting up into his, science facility, so science vessels are soon to be on the way. But the siege tank is here, right? And so once it starts sieging on the sunken colonies, the attentat only has a very limited time to try and break this. They're going to have to try to dive in and hit that siege tank. Luckily, there's no SCVs here to repair it, so any damage they're able to eke onto that siege tank is permanent. And so they might be able to get it down in time. But if that tank clears out, like, if we go down to 2 sunken colonies, Scaramanga's in a really great position to push a 10-tank. Yeah, no. Doing a great job of positioning the Marines in front of the tank to keep the mutas from just being able to dive on top of it. But the mutas are going to snake around. It looks like they will be able to come circle around. It uses 3 volleys to kill that tank. The tank goes down, but we're down to 1 sunken colony, and Scaramanga's going to pull the trigger, run in. Stemmed up Marines are way better than... Oh, the mutas took so much damage, but they are going to all die at once. In a cacophony of pain, and a attentat GG's. And Scaramanga is going to take our first game of our second match of our second group. Attentat with the self-curse on saying they had a bad CPL so far. We're going to have to look at it and see if they can come back and have a good CPL, or if Scaramanga is going to, you know, second verse, same as the first, take Attentat out in 2 games. Let's switch our stream over. Make sure we have everything set up. Lost the wrong button. Well, the luck has started. Scaramanga is in the 12 o'clock Neo-Sylphid position, so, you know, they've basically already lost. Once Mutalisks come out, they just get to kill the expansion for free infinitely. forward, barracks for defense. Looks like attentat is going to be doing the same thing they did last game with the 12 hatch into pool. Is going to, well, it's not going to die. If it committed to the scout, it would get picked off. But, oh, you know, there's just a bunker. It just happens, you know. Sometimes Terran just does this. Drones are going to get pulled to try and kill it. So basically, they can either try and kill the bunker itself, or, yeah, the big overreact. I mean, geez, Attentat has 2 drones mining minerals. That is a pretty huge overreaction there. But it does look like they're going to pick off the... Oh my god, they're just moving out. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, right, they're going to not technically die, but this is just so not worth it. Your drones are out in the middle of the map. The Marines are just going to pick them off. Yeah, I think Attentat is just tilted from here, and they're just doing this. 2 drones down to SCVs. They're getting on top of this Marine. He is going to probably die, but they're going to lose another drone. Again, to just the sheer power. Oh, and there's another Marine. Yeah, it's just not a good... Yeah. Unfortunate. The Zerglings are finally popping. There were 0 drones on minerals at some point. You just build a bunker here, and that's probably going to... Like, the economy of Attentat is so hampered at this point that... I mean, when you have almost all of your drones out in the middle of the map fighting, and now they have to take all the... Even if they don't die and they have to take all the time to run back, you've missed so much, like, literally maybe 30 seconds of the economy was cut out of Attentat's build there. And now you get the bunker up. The Marines are going to be pretty much secure from the Zerglings. Yeah. I mean, the Zerglings can run in, but a Vulture is about to pop. Try tearing down the factory, but the Marines are just going to come up and keep putting damage on the Zerglings. The Zerglings are going to die. SCV does a great job body blocking. Down to only 2 Zerglings left in the base. Going to have to put up a sunken colony so that the Vultures don't just instantly win the game. And then he's also going Starport, which you could just do like a 1-1-1, just get like Wraiths or something. You know, and then you just have so many different avenues of attack that the Zerg can't defend, right? So this guy, he's just going to run straight through. He will get killed by the sunken colony, but again, it's just the fact like he forced the sunken colony, and now it's like the Wraith will come out, and that'll start killing, you know, Zerglings. Yeah. Oh, Scaramanga might just try to push with the Marines and Vultures. Which probably would work. Yeah, Wraith is coming out. Oh, actually, no, yeah, he just needs the Marines to body block so that the Vultures can run by the sunken and get into the main. And that would be GG as well. Like I said, there's just so many avenues for Scaramanga to attack from that Attentat can't defend from them all. Oh. He does transfer all the drones over to the natural. He's still going to be able to pick off quite a few of them. And Attentat just GG's there. Yeah, there's not much you can do. I think, yeah, the Wraith got shown in the natural, so there's nothing to defend from that. Yeah, that's fair. So, yeah, Scaramanga, I mean, that's just clean, good play, right? So, GG's to our players there. Scaramanga really just showing how OP Terran is. So we thank him for that, as we are, we just enjoy seeing these examples. No, he played well. So that's going to be a point on the board for Scaramanga, meaning that this next match is going to be, well, no, actually, we could theoretically get a tie between Coach-Pupil Lifeguard and the United Emu Directorate. So, yeah. All right, our next match is going to be Balance versus Frog. And what is going to be a ZVZ. We're back to ZVZ, the best match. The best matchup. We're getting every single Zerg matchup in this game. And Zerg, listen, Zerg hasn't won a single game in this group yet, so at least we have a matchup where the Zerg can win a game. GLHF from Frog. The bottom left Amphibian Wonder versus their top right opponent, Balance. Looks like very similar builds from both players so far. Balance getting an extra drone somewhere. And Frog just getting an 11 hatch versus a 12 hatch, which I don't think is a thing. I think Frog just may have forgot to build the extra drone. Which actually is, there it is now. See, but that's actually so important in this matchup that, Balance is going to be, like, up ahead by, like, that extra 20 or 30 minerals. That, that's enough to buy, like, a whole extra set of Zerglings. Which is important. Especially as, both players are definitely just doing the same build. So it's going to come down to who has the cleaner execution. But right now, it's like Balance has an extra drone. It's what? A worker mines like 500 minerals every minute or something insane like that. Both players just really doing the same thing. But Balance eking out just that extra little bit of economic value. Jesus, dude, that Zerglings are so slippery. But he's gonna get a scout off. He's gonna see the Spire. Frog getting an evolution chamber, so they can get spore colonies set up. So I don't think I'm against. I think that's probably a good call here, as it kind of does give you an edge over in those Muta fights. Free Muta started for balance. We should be seeing the Muta, wave start here pretty soon for Frog, who is now currently up to 17 drones. That's pretty huge. But they're building a lot of, they're building a lot of creep colonies though to get those spore colonies up. Which now I'm wondering if Frog is a disciple of the Hydra in ZVZ. Because this is very much that Hydra prep build. You know, you get your multiple spore colonies at each hatchery, defending your workers. It's just that if he wasn't going Mutalisks, I would think that, but I guess is going Mutalisks. Ooh. The supply is also, however, not looking very good in Frog's flavor. 14 extra Zerg thingies are on the map for balance, and here comes the big push, right? So, yeah, those Zerglings are going to absolutely tear through the base here, and the Mutalisks just need to put pressure on the enemy Mutalisks, just get a little bit of extra damage where they can, and, yeah, I mean, they're focused firing down the spore colony, that's going to fall, and it looks like, I mean, 2 Mutalisks to, like, 5 here? Yeah, no way. Balance is going to take this easy. Zerglings are going to completely tear through this base. And, yeah, that's going to be all she wrote here. Just the overwhelming Muta force is going to be too much for Frog to deal with. Balance fights the Mutas over the spore colony. In case there might be an issue there for them. What are you doing? Why? Looking for any hidden bases. That's smart. Just ensuring that there's no, like, random thing that's going to end the game for them. Yeah, Balance is just playing really defensively, and, I mean, that's fine. Yeah, see, he's just spreading out. Ensuring that Frog doesn't have an extra base anywhere, that's actually a really cool-looking fan out. But, yeah, no, there's no extra base. That's it. Oh, you still haven't scouted the top! Dude, actually, that's the crazy part of the Frog actually was building the hatchery here. They wanted to scout it. But they're just going to dive in. You've confirmed that there's no extra base, and you just have to keep the pressure on here. But that's just buying Frog time to just entrench and drag the game out as long as possible. They are going to take out this hatchery again. Takes the drone out. 10 to 17. And there has to be a number where Mutas actually start to win. Jesus. 11 Mutas to 5. Yeah, even with the still falling up, this should be balance. And now they have access to shooting at the fire there. first game. Yeah, I think it's a case in point in why going for the spore colonies is such a weird play in the Muta battles, is just because the tempo you lose from being unable to build an extra few set of Mutalisks is so big. Alright, next map, Neosylphid 2.0. Let's hop right into it. That's the wrong, okay. There we go. In the bottom left, we have Balance once again playing the Teal Zerg Brood. I accidentally turned off production tab. I don't know which button does that. Okay, it's F for some reason. And E is that one. Okay, cool. Overlord scouting towards each other. Frog is the Brown Zerg Brood in the bottom right. Let's see what our players are planning, I guess. We'll just have to wait. So right now, they're just macroing their hearts out. Frog with 400 and nearly 450 APM. They are absolutely killing it. So there's going to be a 9 pull from Balance. Why is my map not working? Work. Thank you. There's going to be a 9 pull from... It's going to be a 9 pull from Balance and not a 4 pull. And Frog looks like they're going to be doing a 12 hatch. Or an 11 hatch, rather. They're kind of... I think they might be misguided on what the timing of this should be. I think 9 pull counters 12 hatch. Just because you get the Zerglings pretty fast. And yeah, like they're starting their spawning pool just as Balance is starting their Zerglings. If this Overlord catches the, you know, expansion or anything like that, like if they come in and they're like, oh, that hatchery is halfway done, that shouldn't be possible unless it was pretty early or it was like delayed, you know what I'm saying. Like it's like, okay, we know what the timing here is, so yeah, let's see. Zerglings automatically rallied across the map. Oh, actually, hold on, no, this should be fine, maybe. Frog really needs to be conserving their larva though, because they are going to need like 3 sets of Zerglings once the spawning pool finishes. Ooh, actually, yeesh, whoosh, whoosh. Spawning pool still not finished. Whoosh. This is not Butter rush distances. Yeah, Butter. I think we saw this happen on Butter, and the rush distance is just so much longer that the Zerg player on that was able to actually have their Zerglings out in time. At this point, I don't even know what you do. Attacking the... Oh, that's funny. Well, I guess they're in position to fight those Zerglings now. And Frog is going to have to pull the drones off of mining, which again is just terrible as a Zerg player. You don't want to be doing that. But again, sometimes you have to not die. And I think this is a situation where Frog may just die. We have continuous Zerglings coming in from the left. Balance is working on their lair. That advantage that they had in drone count has dwindled, and now Balance is ahead in drones, and they just have to regroup. And I mean, yeah, this is enough. That's enough. That's it. That's the game there. Little Zergling, little angry puppies coming in, shitting all over Frog's rug. Frog really fighting it out, doing a great job of it too. But eventually the drones are going to get killed. There are the GGs. Balance takes it 2-0. Well played. Oh, I guess I picked the wrong thing. Balance takes it 2-0, meaning that is 2 points on the board for the 4-pool Lifeguard. versus 1 point for the United Emu Directorate. So it is up to Zesky to bring this group to a tie from this week 3 game in the final match, which is going to be another TVZ. So it is, who's the Zerg? Sirref is a Zerg. So it is, Sirref is up to avenge their fallen Zerg brother, who was struck down by Scaramanga. Alright, let's get into our first game. Whoop. Okay. Got that. In the top right, we have, as the gray Terran, Zesky. Versus our opponent in the bottom left, as the pink Zerg Brood, we have Sirref. Okay. I think everything's okay. Good luck, good fun. SCV is going for it. There's the factory. Well. Zesky's going to be aggressive. Yeah, Sirref doesn't see any bunkers or anything coming down, so they might be clued in on this not being standard Terran, but there's a colony. Yeah, Vulture coming out with Vulture speed. stays alive. Doing his best until his best is not enough. So fast. Alright. We have double sunkens up. But if the vultures just dive past them. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, that's so lucky. Holy shit. If the drones get on top, they can get some kind of damage done. Nope, these vultures are just gonna kill 4 zerglings and 6 drones. Yeah, sure, that's cool. They can do that, I guess. Zerglings gonna try to come up. Good micro. These vultures are very low, but oh, those are not hydralisks. I thought he was building hydralisks from there. Okay. Yeah, these vultures should get cleaned up by the zerglings. Unless Zesky pulls out some absolutely insane micro, which it looks like they might be actually. Shit. And then the hydralisks one-shot both of them. That's... Vulture's a pretty good unit, as it turns out. Zesky with twice as many workers, nearly twice as many workers. And they're going one base Terran. Siege tank is coming out. We're going to see siege mode, and they're going to start pushing across the map. We should be seeing lurker aspects start here pretty soon. If that is what Sirref is going for, you usually want to see those lurkers out pretty quickly, but I don't know. I don't see siege mode. I don't see a bunker coming out. But I also don't see lurker aspect. Although Sirref is having to put most of their money into rebuilding their drone supply. But there's the scan, and now Zesky kind of knows what they're dealing with, and they're just gonna go for it, right? Cancels both of their factories, starts building missile turrets in their main. That is super smart, actually. Because they know that the lurkers are coming, so they're just building missile turrets around their map, around their base. Yeah, I think that's fine. I don't think you need to cancel the command center because you're still floating so many resources, but yeah, I mean, just push, put the pressure on, and then see what happens. With 2 sunken colonies, this bioforce shouldn't be too much of a problem, but if that siege tank gets over and starts laying siege, there really isn't much that Sirref can do to fight this. Oof. Sometimes you can just say oof. The Hivers got baited into pushing into the force, and I mean they kind of have to, because you have to try and kill that siege tank before you lose all your sunkens for free, but that's a win on the board for Zesky, and it is not looking too great for our Zerg players here. In fact, it's starting to look like the only wins a Zerg will get is off of a ZVZ. So, potentially, not the greatest showing for the bug players. Let's hop into our second game, potentially our last, as Zesky is on match point. We're going to be going into Neo Sylphid with Zesky in the bottom left playing the Grey Terran, and Sirref in the bottom right playing the pink Zerg Brood. Academy. So no mech play this game. A few couple Zerglings gonna be running out. No bunker here set up to defend, although that is starting right now. The Marines probably need to come up to ensure that they can ensure that this base is safe while that's happening. That's a pretty solid chunk of Marines though. Yeah, they went 2 barracks. So it's probably, with the academy and everything, it's going to be a pretty quick bio push. And that's a lot of Zerglings. So I think Sirref is like doing a wing flood, but Zesky is kind of just getting the counter of that, in which they have a ton of Marines. We can see the Hydras are also coming out. Looking about like a follow-up lurker attempted bust. I wouldn't be surprised to see like an all-in type thing. Wouldn't be surprised to see lurker aspect starting here pretty soon. SCV going out to scout is gonna see at least one pack of Zerglings get picked off. Lurker aspect is started, so we are gonna be looking at a all-in here. Do we have a comset station? No comset station. Engineering bay is started and halfway finished though. So missile turrets build pretty quickly. They should be up by the time the lurkers are out. But there's the comset stations. So there shouldn't be too much of an issue here for Zesky to defend. In fact, they're pushing out right before the army can really get fully set up. Firebats helping tear through a lot of these Zerglings. And the bio's just going to push back. With all those Zerglings dead, there really isn't a lot of force behind the lurkers. There's not enough like free space for them to move around. So there goes the scan. He's going to see there's no one on the expansion. He might scan the main just to see like what the saturation looks like there, and it does not look good. Yeah, Zesky's just going to rebuild their bio, get their upgrades, and probably just start working through it. Okay, they're getting their factory, so they probably are going to be looking to get like at least one siege tank to deal with the lurkers or sunken colonies that are going to be coming up. Yeah, bunkers in place, got the fire bats, got everything you really need to deal with the Zerg here. I think like I do think that this lurker stuff was pretty all in. If what is about to come, like if these 3 lurkers don't get the damage done, then and by damage done I mean if they aren't getting it like in the main and killing like 10 plus SCVs, this is pretty solidly this is Zesky's game to lose kind of at this point. Now that is a lot of Zerg. But there goes the scan. The bunker does not fall. Plenty of Marines left over, tearing through the lurkers. Boys are pulled to repair. And yeah, I mean, like, where's the... Yeah, Sirref GG's. An unfortunately timed bust. I think the thinning of the herd that Zesky did earlier really played a part in making that attack not do anything, really. So, that's our games, man. That was it. Zesky takes it 2-0. And yeah, the only players who won were non-Zerg in this group, except for the one ZVZ. So, you had to give them something. But that tied up the Week 3 4-Pool Lifeguard and United Emu Directorate. So, thank you for all our players who played during that week. This is like 5 to 8 months ago at this point. But, hell yeah. And that's the cast for the day. It was a pretty short one. We got 2 groups in, getting a couple of the easy ones out of the way. And yeah, we have many more potentially to do before the CPL 9 gods are satisfied and will release our next season to us. So yeah, thanks for watching. That's going to be all we're doing. We're going to start going into just wrapping up here. Yeah, if you don't playing in the CPL, if you know what that is, join the Discord. Is there anything? I don't think there's really anything else for me to shill right now, so take it easy. See ya.